This is The Truth, a series in which I play through games to find out what they're really like for a severely average gamer. And I hope you've strapped up your Glocks and you've been practicing those headshots. That's just off the dome, that's staying in. Because today we find out the truth of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. So for those of you who don't know, Counter-Strike is a highly competitive online multiplayer shooter, which recently has been gaining even further popularity, and you've probably seen some of the tournaments that happen. It's a huge esport and there's good reason for that. So in this video, we're going to explore why. Now the reason that Counter-Strike is so competitive is because it's very tactical. Each of the weapons has its own shooting pattern, so what I'm going to do to best show you is demonstrate how to successfully master a few of the weapons in the game. So this is the AK-47. It's got a fierce recoil on it, so what you need to make sure you do with the AK is really control the spray. If you're going to hold down the trigger and let them have it, you need to control the spray. A bit like this. Now on to the M4, which has a little bit of recoil but not quite as much. You still got to concentrate on controlling the spray, and it doesn't do quite as much damage as the AK but is a little easier to master. The key, don't panic and play it safe. Bit like this. And finally, I'll teach you the way of the Deagle. The Deagle is a deadly weapon, but again, has some pretty nasty recoil, so you've got to hit your shots. Headshots are key when you're shooting with the Deagle, so try and run it out a little bit like this. But just being a good shot won't get you all the way in CSGO. You'll have to learn the maps, you'll have to learn the callouts, what positions are good, spatial awareness, and of course, you've got your utility. Smoke grenades, they can cover your pushes to a different bomb site. Mollies, they can completely cut people off from sections of the map. And of course, the flashbang. And you got to make sure when you're using the flashbang that you let your teammates know. Otherwise, you could end up blinding them and throwing away a whole round. And even with all of those components, you still need quality communication.
Hello, team.
Hello.
Communication's important, that way you can give the rest of your team information on how it's going. But equally, poor communication can completely f*** you over.
Be clear. Go, 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 go. What? Be clear?
But alas, there's a downside to having communication as a key part of victory in the game. Most of the time, it sounds like this.
Do you have a mouse? I think no.
Do you have a brain? I think no.
It was clearly fucking B. What did you want us to call out?
Fucking B! Go with your fucking knife!
You go with your fucking knife!
Idiot.
Orange, go play, please. 1 kill. What? 1 kill. What? My kick?
Orange and purple are friends, right?
Shut up.
Yeah, my friend, just as a...
Go f*** yourself.
Rotate, you are fucking idiot.
Purple, you stupid. You stupid.
Watari, nice.
I'm stupid, yeah, nice.
You stupid, no.
Sorry.
Are you fucking retarded piece of cunt? Eat my dick.
Shut the f***
You should
up,
go
you
with your fucking
whining
knife,
little
bro, you
bitch.
fucking idiot, okay?
Shut the f*** up. I had an MP9,
Okay,
you
I
thick
like you too,
twat.
bro, okay? But play with your fucking brain, okay? Because you need it, okay?
Shut
Fucking
the
idiot, okay?
up.
But use your fucking knife.
You smelly, European, fat little f***. Shut up.
lovely. But all joking aside, I've actually experienced probably some of the worst people I've met online in gaming on Counter-Strike. And it does kill the game. Like, just floods of like racism, homophobia. Honestly, it ruins such a good game. It genuinely ruins such a good game. I don't understand how you can't see that. It deters people from playing it. It literally makes people play worse. They just do stupid things and start trolling just because they're fed up and they don't want to be in that lobby. Just stop. Counter-Strike community, you get one loot box. Your one loot box good, sort it out. And talking of rankings, let's get to it. The moment you've all been waiting for. The reason that you came here. It's not really, is it? The official loot box ranking of goodness for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And the reason I love Counter-Strike is no matter what, it maintains complete focus on the objective. You cannot win by running around aimlessly trying to get all the kills. You have to use combined strategy and work with your team to be able to come out on top, which is something that I think a lot of modern shooters struggle to capture these days. So for that reason, and many, many more, Counter-Strike Global Offensive is 5 loot boxes good. And you know what it means when a game gets 5 loot boxes? You get your lap of honour. So Counter-Strike, here comes your lap of honour, and we're going to mix it up with a little bit of a esports highlight reel type thing going on.
Иди, Б, я не знаю, кто русский, кто английский.
Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe.